The journey of Greta Thunberg, the girl who refused to stay silent. Once upon a time in Stockholm, Sweden, on January 3, 2003, a girl was born who would challenge the norms and start a global revolution. Her name was Greta Eleonora Ernman Thunberg. By the age of 9, Greta had read about climate change and was moved to tears. "I couldn't understand why people were not taking action despite knowing the facts," she would later recall. In 2014, Greta was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, but she chose to see this not as a weakness, but as her superpower. Fast forward to 2018, when Sweden experienced its hottest year in history, Greta, then 15, stood alone, holding a placard that read, "Skolstrike för klimatet," school strike for climate, sparking a movement that would echo across the world. Every Friday, Greta would sit outside the parliament instead of attending school. Some laughed, others mocked, but slowly, children worldwide began to join her initiative. The Fridays for Future storm was born, and within 6 months it spread to over 100 countries. On September 23, 2019, during the United Nations Climate Summit, Greta addressed world leaders with a speech that made history. "How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words." From that moment on, Greta was not just a name, but a global voice of conscience. Her influence, known as the Greta effect, advocated for new ways of thinking. The flag scam, or flight shame movement began, prompting the younger generation to alter their lifestyles. Companies started revising their ESG policies, and climate justice emerged as a primary topic in places like the UN, EU, and G20. Yet, the fundamental question persisted: can speeches save our planet? Many nations made promises on paper, formed climate action plans, but emissions reductions didn't materialize as hoped. With growing popularity, Greta also faced increased opposition. Some leaders claimed she did not understand politics, and social media trolls accused her of furthering others' agendas. Greta's response remained consistent: "I talk facts, and if the truth frightens you, the problem is not me, it's yours." In 2023, Greta announced her school was over, but her fight was far from finished. She embraced peaceful protest, participating in civil disobedience, which led her to Germany's coal mine protests in Lützerath, where she was arrested. Similar arrests followed in Sweden and the Netherlands in 2024, turning each apprehension into a dynamic movement. By 2025, Greta astonished the world again by participating in the Gaza Flotilla mission, trying to break Israeli blockades to deliver humanitarian aid. All efforts were halted, and activists, including Greta, were detained. "This is not just about the environment. Justice cannot be selective," Greta voiced, emphasizing the need for respect for humanity alongside environmental justice. Today, at 22 years old, Greta Thunberg epitomizes not just an individual schoolgirl, but a symbol of a mindset. The Greta effect isn't just about saving the planet, but about presenting the system with a mirror. Greta reminds us that the future generation is questioning now, and those who fail to answer may be erased from history. For many, her greatest triumph is transforming fear into hope and voice into power. Greta Thunberg taught us that sometimes a single voice can reshape the course of the world. She demonstrated that change arises not from policy alone, but from decisive action. Such stories remind us that sometimes one voice can change the world's map. They taught us that the beginning of change lies in a decision, not just a policy.